Okay, this has been a video in the making for like the last couple, like 6 months. It's been a while. But it's been on my mind again, this idea that I want to chat about today. So I thought, hey, let's do a video. All right, so often we use the words, I am broken. So I was like the queen of this also, and have been quite a lot. Sometimes I think we feel like we're in this state, and like my journey's been with anxiety, but I realize it can apply to depression and stress, grief, all the things, even just illness. And we get to this place that we feel there is no cure. Like I'm broken. There's just something broken with me. This isn't right. This isn't how I should be. I'm broken. And that's why I always said it. I couldn't explain why my anxiety was so bad. I couldn't explain why I felt so icky. In fact, yesterday I had one of those high anxiety days, and today I'm feeling the downfall of it. My daughter called it like an anxiety hangover. You're still not 100%, but you know that you're not as bad as you were yesterday. And anyway, so the idea of I'm broken. When I was going through the family life coaching class at BYU Idaho, it was kind of mentioned to me that like these words are kind of negative. And I didn't really think about it. And then I did the coaching course through Aspen Wellness, and I kept thinking as I was doing my practice coaching and working through things like, why do we say we're broken? Because yeah, they are kind of negative. Often, like in the LDS church culture especially, we talk about, and I'm sure it's everywhere else too, this is just what my world consists of, right? We talk about kintsugi, which I think is a Japanese, the art form where you take like a broken pot or a broken vase or bowl or whatever, and you put it back together using gold, and it becomes like this beautiful thing. And we apply that to, like, we have moments where we're broken, and the Savior comes in with his atonement, applies the gold, and we become something more. I love that idea, but still, it implies that you're broken. And I just don't think we break, because broken can become permanent, and broken implies that we're defective. We're not defective. Nothing in this world can make us defective, or, well, okay, we could become permanently broken. Let's like go on a whole nother journey. That's not what I'm talking about. So I started to think like, but I do truly believe that the Savior comes in with his atonement and with his healing and his balm of Gilead and all of the things, and he does apply that gold. And I love the scriptures that talk about the refiner's fire, that we go through such great pressure and trials and we become so much more than we were before. I firmly believe that, but I don't think we break. And then it dawned on me because we stretch and we tear and we wear. We're stretched to this point of, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. But you know what? You didn't break. You kept going, and you did keep going, and you did do more. I don't think we break. I think we get stretched thin. I think we get torn at times, which still is not a break, because a tear does not have to be complete. I don't think that I don't know, for everyone that feels like today they need to say, I'm broken, can I say to you, I don't see you broken. I see you as someone so much strength to endure the hard times. And I know, regardless of what you believe, I know and believe and have full faith and testimony of a loving Father in heaven and a loving Savior who comes and applies what we need to be better, to be stronger, to be more resilient, to help us endure, to help us take on the challenge. They love us too much to let us break. We don't break. But they also love us too much to take away the hard. We need the hard. We need the stretching and the pulling. But then how beautiful is it at the end when he fills in those gaps? And we're better. And then we can turn it around and give it. So those vases and those bowls, they can now hold flowers and fruit and food and all the things they now get to give back. So what is it that stretched you and helped refine you that you can now give back and apply back to the world? I think that's the whole point of it. You're not broken. You're human. You're having a human experience. And it's hard, and sometimes it really sucks. But you're not broken. And you're going to get through, and you're going to endure. I promise you that. Anyway, those are thoughts on my mind today. I'll talk to you later.